August still counts as mid-year, right? I'm gonna say it does. So, mid-year freakout tag, let's go! I've always seen this tag going around, but I've never actually done it myself. So this time, I'ma do it. Oh, there's one I haven't answered yet because it's too hard. Give me a second. The first prompt is best book so far. Some really strong contenders. I'm gonna say this is a tie between Vicious by V.E. Schwab and A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. These are both very different in tone, but I found them both just so compulsively readable and thought-provoking. So Vicious, if you don't know, it was in my last video, but it is a fantasy, I guess, where we have these studying scientists. They discover that if you die and are revived, you can come back with powers, but it is not all it's cracked up to be. So it's a very strong anti-hero, dark exploration, but it was just, it's so good, and it's told in alternating timelines, and it all just comes together, and it's fantastic. And then there is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This was so good. I know it's gotten a bit of hate, but honestly, I can't fault it. There was incredible character development in this one. Yes, it's smart. A lot of it is smart, but there's a lot of just working through trauma and empowerment, and I loved it for that. Okay? Love for the smart, I love for the empowerment, I love it for everything it stands for. The second is best sequel. So I could have picked Silver Flames, but I decided to pick Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, because I just really loved it. I thought the first book was great, but this one was even better. It was just very good character development. The plot maybe not the strongest, but just the characters. The next one is new releases. I haven't read yet, but I want to. There's a long list, but let's start. 3 of them that were just behind me. One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I loved Red, White and Royal Blue. I think I'll love this too. Next is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I loved Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones, so I'm gonna love this. I am. And then last is Better Together by Christine Riccio. I've followed her on YouTube for many years now, and I really enjoyed her other release, so I'm keen for some light, fluffy fun. Oh, as well as Crown of Gilded Bones, which I haven't started yet, but I just finished Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, and whew, did that one have an ending. And then I have You and Me on Vacation, which is just the UK Australian print of People We Meet on Vacation. I might be saving some of these for summertime in Australia, but also if COVID allows, I am going to Queensland in a few weeks, and it's going to be warmer there, and I might just read those. Oh, as well as The Lost Apothecary. I don't own this yet, but it's beautiful, one. But also I'm really intrigued by the concept. Women killed bad men with makeup in disguise as poison. Songs in Ursa Major by Emma Brody. This is another historical fiction about musicians. So a la Daisy Jones, a la Final Revival of Opal and Nev. And I'm excited. And it's beautiful. So, da-duh. Most anticipated releases for the end of 2021. Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. I've pre-ordered a special edition from Dimmick, so when that is out, I'll probably read it straight away. The Showgirl, which I just came across on Goodreads, I think, and it's a historical fiction about Ziegfeld Foley's Showgirl. And say no more. I'm obsessed. I need it now. The biggest disappointment. And for that I have to put Alice in Wonderland. I talked about this at length when I did my wrap up of whatever month I read this in. I just found I liked other adaptations more than this. So I appreciate this is the source material, this is why we have it. But it didn't go into as much of like the witty wisdom as I was expecting. It was just a lot of like, the fuck? Biggest surprise, and for that I put The Black Flamingo. I think I found this so surprising. I didn't think I would hate it or anything, but I don't usually read books in verse. Like, I don't think I've read like any, maybe a few. Not even, not really, but this is my first like full in-verse poetry book, and I really liked it. I thought it was really effective. It really helped with the story. It wasn't confusing. So thank you for writing that book. Fave new author. I put Dawnie Walton, who wrote the final revival of Opal and Nev, because I really enjoyed that. And looking back at my books for this year, I didn't really have many authors I hadn't read before. So I did kind of sit there marinating, and I decided this because I really enjoyed it and I really look forward to see what she publishes next. Newest fictional cruise. I struggle with this because, I don't know, I always like romanticize the romantic interest because our protagonist likes them. But there aren't many that I'm like, oh, take me. You know, especially like after the fact. So I chose Augustus from Beach Read. It's been a while since I've read this, but I really enjoyed it. And I just remember he was very kind of clever and witty and funny, but also deep, which that's all you need. Slash I also put Castile from Blood and Ash, where he's a typical like bad boy but misunderstood, but like hot and like knows what he wants. And the banter, I love banter. Newest favourite character. For this I chose Jesper and Nina from the Six of Crows duology. I just found them a lot of fun and cheeky and snarky, and I love that. Book that made you cry. I don't own it yet, but that is Felix Ever After. I don't think I like sobbed. Also, I think I cried a bit in Court of Silver Flames. Probably. But like, it can belong in the best book. And it was more happy cry. It was definitely happy cry towards the end. It was just so moving and beautiful, and everyone should read it. A book that made you happy. And that is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. You've probably heard about this. It's a rom-com. It's enemies to lovers. It's very light and fluffy. I read it so quickly and I just had lots of fun and it made me happy. The most beautiful book I've bought so far this year. And for that I am choosing Star Daughter by Shweta Thakrar. I don't know if I said that right, but that was my best shot. So it's shiny, but also the illustration work on the cover design is gorgeous. Next is, what books do I have to read before the end of this year? There's a few. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Okay, so the first of which I'm currently working on is Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Children Adeyemi by Tomi Adeyemi, which it's okay so far. It's been a while since I've read the first one, but working on it. And the rest of the books are from my top 10-ish I wanted to read this year. And these are the ones I still haven't read. So we have Fosse by Sam Lawson, Red Rising by Pierce Brown, Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, Regretting You, Ugly Love Slammed, and Point of Retreat by Colleen Hoover, and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by B.E. Schwab. I reckon I can get to these. I just get distracted because there's so many books. And then a bonus one I'm going to add is The Poppy War, because I just really want to be in on this. Because I think I'll like it, and I want to be shocked, and I want to be thrilled. I think that's all the questions. It is. That is all the questions. Those are my answers. This has been the mid-year freakout tag, and I've been Tiana. Let me know what books you need to read before the end of the year. We can do it. With our powers combined, we can read some of the books in our TBR. We can read them all. Why not? Let's do it. Alright, bye everyone.